Not sure if we're live yet. Hopefully we're going live pretty quick. Try to get my phone up here so I can read the chats. Hope everybody's having a good time. We're live. Pops is here. Woody says he's first here. I'll jump back in when the show starts, he said. Pops is in the house. You're live. All right. I'm just making sure I got everything up. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. I had a blast. Just got back yesterday. It's early yesterday morning from the anyway, just trying to make sure everything's straightened around here. Sorry. I got trying to get the chat up here on my phone, maybe a little easier to see there. And we just got back from the St. Louis Nationals convention. Had a good time. Long nights. I think we were back in the room about every night. We was getting in around 4 or so. So that was pretty cool. Chris Easy Pickens is in the house. What's up, Chris? Trying to get in here and get everything going on. Forrest is here. What's up, Forrest? Trying to get this pulled up here and trying to get the chat to work on my phone. Sorry about that. So anyway, we picked up some pretty cool stuff. I was going to go over some of that with y'all tonight if y'all want to. I don't know if y'all can see some of that stuff there. I kind of laid it all out. And not all of it, but just a little bit that I can get out here. So anyway, there'll be some more people, I'm sure, coming in as we go. What's up, Randy? Randy come up, and I got to meet him for the first time up at the convention. And that was awesome. He also gifted me some stuff. Since he's here, I'm going to go ahead and go over. Randy rolled up. I think he come up, I believe it was Friday, wasn't it, Randy? And he come up, he got a shirt from me, and he also brought me some cool stuff I wanted to go over real quick. So he did bring me some couple of Nissans here, because he knows I collect Nissans. And he brought me a Transformer, because of course we had to transform without the face. He wasn't sure if I had this one, so that was cool. He also bought me this. This is a smaller scale. I'm not 100% sure what scale this is. This is a Trans Am. It's a Revel. Let's see, what was it called? A Revel Praline. And it was a Firebird Fire Chief car there. Not sure if it's it's a 74 through 76, obviously from the front end probably, but pretty cool. I didn't have one of those. Really neat. Never seen one, so that was really awesome. He also brought me some eras. We'll go over those real quick. Check this out. He had opened this because he did, this is the side you see, and then the other side, when he opened this Ford Lightning, the back wheel didn't have the gray on it. So he brought that to me, and I thought that was awesome. He also brought me 3 red edition eras, which is really cool. This first one here says it's supposed to be a 65 Mustang, but it's actually got a Koenigsegg in it, which is pretty awesome for have a red edition with a different car in it. Then you've got another red edition here. It's supposed to be a 2010 Dodge Challenger Demon, and it's actually got a Dodge Viper in that one, so that was awesome. And then also, this is the same car, of course, still a different car, and this one actually has this one's supposed to be in the Dodge Charger too, and it's got the Ford GT40 in it, so that was awesome. Especially for red edition packages, all 3 of them having the wrong cars on them, that was killer. I appreciate it, Randy. It was awesome getting to hang out. I know we hung out for a while. Maybe we got to hang out about 45 minutes or so, maybe an hour, hung out, talked. I know he was wanting to move around and look at some stuff while he was there before he had to get back home. Good, Randy. Yeah, I thought it was Friday. Yeah, Chris, I'd never seen that either. I just thought it was awesome. Randy picked it up, and he knew I'd probably like it. Then Friday night, we were strolling around. Me and Roberto shared a room at the Nationals this year. And I was strolling around, and we went into Charles's room. He's one of the friends that I met at one of the other conventions. I mean, one of the other Hot Wheels shows. And his wife makes these hats. This is the hat that I had bought from him that his wife had made. I'm a big Rat Fink fan, so I bought that hat from him. But while we was in there, he gave me this 52 Chevy here. And if you'll look there on the back, it's the white. It looks like there's a piece of the white paint didn't get taken off the back window there. So that was awesome. And while we were hanging out in Charles's room, all the designers that was there for signing autographs and stuff, they come into the room because it was probably like 1 o'clock in the morning. And we got to hang out with the designers. We got to kind of see what they were kind of picking up for their personal collection. Got to talk to Brendan and like I said, those other designers. They were telling us about we heard some stuff about the new Ferrari stuff, and then I talked to Brendan about I wanted to talk to him about a 55 Chevy that I'd seen in another room, and it was actually an employee piece. It's supposed to have been 55 of them made, and I think there was only 32, but anyway, that was awesome to get to hang out with them. I think I got a picture of us somewhere all together, but I'll have to figure out where it's at because I know somebody sent it to me. I'll try to look at that here in a few minutes. I'll find it, but we'll just leave it where it's at right now. And then, so then I went into Eric's room, another buddy of mine, and I was looking through the go-karts, and I found this one. It's the first edition, but if you look at the metal there, it's almost black. It's so dark. And so he knew I was an era collector, so he gifted me this. And he also gifted me, or wrote me, his convention car he made this year for the Hot Wheels Mafia. This was the Hot Wheels Nationals. He did a little play on the little red Corvette, and he did the little blue Chevette. So that's pretty cool. And that's 12 of 23 that they had made. So that's awesome. So obviously I'll put that up in my collection, which is really cool. And also while I was running around, I ended up finding this era. And you can see the whole front wheels there. They're still in the package. They just never, I guess, got riveted in. You can kind of see it's wide open in there. And that's the side splitter. Really awesome. Now, what would even make this better is if it was a 271 package with those wheels loose in there. But anyway, that was awesome to find that. I'm probably going a little fast for everybody, but I just wanted to kind of go over some of this stuff that we got. If there's any questions about anything, just put them in the comments. It's all good. Let me catch back up. Chris said it was a 74. I guess he's talking about the Trans Am. Forrest said, "You're at nice stuff, Randy." Yeah, I appreciate it, Randy. That was some cool stuff. So that brings me to, as far as my finds to go, my favorite find of the week was an Era Beatnik Bandit. And I was going to go try to find a O's 442 Redline, and I believe that this is a lot rarer than a 442 Redline. This is a Beatnik Bandit in orange, but it's actually being sprayed twice. So it's almost like a rust color. And you can see there, it's crazy. And I was never expecting to find anything like this, especially being a Beatnik Bandit, so it was awesome. I'll get a regular orange out to show you the difference between them. So here's the one that I picked up, and then here's the original orange. You can see it's been double sprayed. It's pretty wild. That was my find of the weekend. And Roberto, he's in the house, so good to see Roberto in. The other thing that I picked up, my second favorite find of the weekend, it's hard to show this because it's so big, but I got a original used Hot Wheels race suit. This is a Simpsons race suit from the Hot Wheels team, race used, and it actually fits. I tried it on at the convention, and this thing is cool. It's very heavy. I tried it on. Can't wear it very long. It's just so hot with that fire retardant stuff that they make it out of, but this is killer. And while we were there, Roberto bought a one that's more like a garage style. That's a full suit like this, made out of denim, like for the number 44 race team, which is awesome. I may have some pictures of that, of me trying that on somewhere on my phone. I have to try to find that. Obviously, I'll try to put it in the videos. My first video this week will be probably out Thursday. Will be from the convention for the setup day and what we found on the first day. And then it was hectic trying to get around Friday and Saturday, so I may have to put Friday and Saturday kind of together, and then Sunday I may have to do a whole nother video, or a whole separate video for going to the Sunday show, and then what we picked up at the Sunday show. But anyway, let me get back to the chat real quick, and then I'll go over some more stuff that we ended up finding. Yeah, Roberto says awesome. Randy said awesome. I appreciate you like the shirt, Randy. Yeah, I got the shirts in. Anybody that's got a shirt or waiting on a shirt, they're all in now, all sizes. So if y'all get a chance, send me y'all's address and stuff either through. You can email me or you can put it through Instagram, and we'll get those out hopefully this week, and we'll get those out to y'all. Let's see, Forrest says I had the blast bridge, no box though. I put it in the track setup, so it's fun. Awesome. Yeah, it's a cool flame suit. Did that suit have a name on the back? Yeah, it does, actually, Chris. Karasinski. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done any research on it yet. I just hadn't had time, but I thought it was pretty awesome. And I have not seen one, so I know it's got to be rare. And so it's pretty cool to have something like that to me in my collection, especially that I can wear it. So I'll definitely be wearing it sometime or another, but it's just too hot right now. I appreciate it, Randy. That's awesome. So also some other pickups. So after I got that Killer Era red line and then that suit, it didn't really matter to me much of whatever else I found throughout the weekend. Obviously, I picked some stuff up, as you can see, but I picked up some cool kid paints. Check out this custom Dodge Charger kid paint here. Unbelievable. It's purple, white interior. Pretty nice shape, you know, and a kid took the time to stripe it off, put the white, and then put a 99 on the door and put his little stripe across the back. And I just had to pick it up just because I just love the Dodge Charger and being a cool kid paint like that. So I went ahead and picked it up in purple. And then this one is a khaki cooler that a kid has painted orange. Kind of hard to see through there. I was trying to see, you can see where it says military police on the side. And that's pretty cool red line there that's been painted out solid orange. So I went ahead and picked it up. I was at the show Sunday. I walked by a table and I picked this one up because the kid had a good time painting on this one. And I picked it up and flipped it over and I seen it was $1. So very hard for me to leave a red line behind for $1. So I just went ahead and picked it up. I had to go ahead and pick it up. Like I said, it was too cool not to pick up, so I went ahead and picked it up. And then let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I got the get back to the chat. If I can get to the chat here. Let me get back there. Did the suit have a name? Yeah, it did. Roberto said, yeah, Roberto, we were in the room, and after we left, I kind of realized they had a Troy Lee Designs helmet that was hand painted. It kind of matched the race suits, but he was wanting $1,000 for it, like Roberto said. So I couldn't pop on that, but it was pretty awesome. It's cool, even cooler that it fits. Yeah, easy. It's awesome, Chris, that it fits. Then I also wasn't expecting to pick this up, but this is a blue custom Mustang, but you can see there it's got the louvered rear windows. And I don't believe I had one in my collection with the louvered rear windows. Even though this one's a little rough, it's cool to have an example with the louvered rear window. So I went ahead and picked it up. Wasn't expecting it. Like I said, it's just one of those things that fell in my lap, and I was like, you know, for the price, I picked it up. And matter of fact, the guy I bought it from, I met him, and he was like, I gave him a card and said, hey, check out my channel. And he's like, I already watched your channel. He's like, what'd you do, cut your hair? And I was like, yeah, I got a haircut. And he said he couldn't recognize me because I got my haircut, which I thought was pretty funny because I just hadn't had my haircut in a while. See what Forrest says. I found 4 black walls this weekend, 50 cents each. The white 55 Chevy, the Byway Man, in red third, and black Stutes. I know the black Stutes by the Buell. That's cool. Yeah, I picked up some black walls too. We were checking out some black walls, and I'm a sucker for hot birds, obviously, even though I do have the blue hot bird already, but this one's really nice. And I made a deal. I bought this one and a few others from him. I bought this is the Pepsi Challenger, and it doesn't have the snake on the hood like they normally do. This was a little bit harder to find. Now this is a variation, but this one's a little bit harder to find variation of the black wall. I've actually got one up here. I guess I could grab it and show it to you real quick. Sorry, just give me a second. And I know it's right here. So you can see there, they usually have the snake there. You see the little differences there. It doesn't have the name on the side. A little bit harder to find, like I said, without the snake. So I went ahead and picked it up, and it was in really nice shape. I'll go ahead and put this back over here before I forget. So obviously, that one will probably be an upgrade for my collection because, like I said, it looks almost like a blister pool. Oh yeah, Forrest said he got the red T-Bird. That's all good, Forrest. Picked up a Roll Patrol. It's a blister pool also. Got a ton of black wall blisters. I'll show them to you in a minute. I won't go through all of them, but I got this killer rocket tank here. And now, I'm not for sure what year this one come out. I believe originally it was 86, but I don't remember this exact version because I don't remember my tan being this light. I thought it was a little darker tan than this, but so I just cool to have it. I'll have to do a little research on it. I hadn't done that. And then let me see. I got somebody asking. Randy said, did they make a mongoose also? No, they didn't make the mongoose and the Pepsi Challenger. They ended up making the Corvette funny car. They had the Corvette funny car that was English leather that they made. I was trying to see if I knew where it was right off the bat so I could grab it real quick. Kind of hard to see right now, but I believe y'all know what I'm talking about. Trying to think where that is right off. I was going to try to grab it if I could see it real quick. It was called the English leather, but it may be over there. I can't remember. But anyway, that was the other version of that. Also picked up, this is the international version. And this is the Good Humor truck, and it does have the Pepsi on the side. Pepsi's a little misaligned on this side. Not as bad on that side, but it's a really good example with the Pepsi on it. Now they do make this one without the Pepsi, so this is an upgrade for me in my collection. Picked up some really cool Vega. I pulled up this Speed Machine Vega Bomb. which is awesome. This thing is really nice. Kind of see inside there. And that's the Speed Machine Vega Bomb, so that's a definite big upgrade for my collection there on that one. And this is the Speed Machine Turbo Wedge, and it's missing the, it's not missing, I'm sorry. I thought whenever I picked this up it was missing the wing, but this Turbo Wedge never had the wing like the original Turbo Wedge had on it. Well, if I can get up here, I'll get the other Turbo Wedge down. Whenever I picked it up, I was thinking of this Turbo Wedge. This one was a Speed Machine, and I thought it was missing the wing, but actually it never come with the wing, and it's got a solid plastic base on the Speed Machine because they were a whole lot cheaper made than the original Hot Wheels. So that's pretty cool. So that's a definite upgrade for my collection because I don't even remember having this one at all. So that's really cool. Sorry about getting back up. And like I said, I wish I could remember where I did with those. I'll get that car I'm talking about out whenever I can find it. I know it's up there on the wall somewhere, but I'll get down a rabbit hole because I can't remember exactly where it's at. But anyway, we'll keep moving on some of this stuff. Oh yeah, I was walking around and I don't know if y'all ever seen these. This is the old belt. Got a brass belt buckle there on a yellow and blue stripe. This belt was made in 1984 right there. So it's actually usually has a blue package. I think I've got one similar to this up in the shop, but I'm not 100% sure if it was something that I had traded off a while back. So I went ahead and picked up the belt. Kind of neat little something there. Picked up a couple of cool new items I can go over before we talk about these. I went ahead and picked up these. This is the new Magic 8 Ball. They call it the Decidedly So. You can sit there and flip it upside down. It'll tell you probably, maybe not, yes, no, certainly not, all that good stuff. So I thought that was cool. And I also picked up one of the cone shakers, and I just love this casting. And it's got a hole there in the bottom so you can stack them just like regular cones. So I went ahead and picked those two up. I just thought they were awesome. So just something that I kind of wanted to share with you. I thought was neat. That's on in the brand new cases that should be seen in the stores. If you look at my rat fink back there, he's holding a keychain that somebody had 3D printed, which is pretty cool. And they were giving those out at the convention. And my buddy Roberto had picked up some for me, so he got me a so I thought that was cool. And then let's see let me get back over to chat for a minute before we keep going. Brandy says, I think I know. Yeah, I'll pull that English leather car out next week. I'll make a note of it right now. If I can't find it, I won't be able to find it right now, but I'll pull it. I still got the blue books wrote down to try to find on the 2002. I've got some somewhere up in the shops, just a matter of finding them. Let's see. I found a Good Humor truck with burgers and no fries. That's pretty cool. My dad said he found the Rainstorm treasure hunt. Well, that's cool. I don't know if I seen that while I was there. Of course. Let's see, that was black ball. And this tub here, it's kind of hard to show you how many's in there, but everything in here is carded black walls. They're cut, most of them are cut cards, some of them are full cards, but this whole tub I bought while I was there is full of black walls, and they're mostly cut cards. And it's crazy. Kind of hard to go through right now, but there's like probably 70 something black walls here still in the package. but most of them are cut cards, as you can see there. And so I hadn't had a chance to look through any of these yet. Hadn't even pulled them out. That's funny. Right there's the good humor that you were just talking about. But that's pretty cool. I picked those up. Like I said, this whole tub's full. I think there's like 70 something of them in there. And then I also picked up from my buddy all of these. He decided he was ready to sell most of his stuff, so I went ahead and bought. He also had all these California customs, so I picked those up too from him. And that puts me to what you see here. He also had all these. Now this top row up here, that's not in this Giovanni. The Giovanni come with the deal. But these up here are all the Sizzlers that come out in 2006. And then all these you see in the case all the way down are all the Classics chase pieces. All of them have the rubber tires. And they're the chase pieces for all the Classics. And he collects loose like I do. So when he said, hey, you interested? So I am. So I went ahead and picked this up. Now I'm going to keep certain castings and the rest I'll end up trading around. But this, the Giovanni come with it also. So I thought that was awesome. I love the Spectre Flame paint on all of them. And then, of course, the rubber tires. And he also threw in what he had still in the package, which this is the 70 Chevelle, and you can see the sticker there. It's from the 2006 Comic-Con. There's one of 3,000 made of it. He hadn't got around to opening the pink custom convoy there yet. So that come with it. He had he hadn't opened this pink, or this, I guess that's blue. I'm not 100% sure. I'm colorblind there, but it's fish and chipped. And then, oh yeah, this is a Killer Era. And this one is actually, it says it's the Street Rodder, obviously, but on the back, somehow they got the Wild Weekend Street Rodder in the Classics Chase card. And it should be a green one like this one with the different, it's got different flames, and it doesn't have the Wild Weekends stamp on the back. So, because the one that comes with Wild Weekends actually has the Wild Weekends stamp on the card. So obviously this is a piece for my collection. And the good thing about it is, I don't know if he got them both at the same time, but he had two of these. So I'm keeping one, and then I'll have one to trade around. So I thought those were cool. And then let me get back to the chat real quick before we keep moving. Forrest asked if it was purple. I said yes. Chris says cow customs are cool. Yeah. Hadn't seen those Chase Classics. Yeah. All these are Chase Classics, and they all have, the Chase Classics had the rubber tires on them. They were a lot more difficult to find than the regular Classics, but the Classics prices have went way up lately. I think everybody kind of knew that. And so we made a deal, like I said, to buy all of these, all the Black Walls, all the cow customs, and those cars. Let me get up and show you a couple of other things I got while I'm up. I was walking around the Sunday show and I saw this sign, and I know it's a reproduction sign, but I've not seen one, and I'm, big into Trans Ams, and I just loved it, so I went ahead and picked it up. And then I also picked up a, let's see if I can get the, I'll move this stuff over this way. Now this is the pink party car of the 69 Charger. And so I went ahead and had to go ahead and pick up a 69 Charger because I'd actually collect that casting. And I picked this one up, and then another, one of my buddies knew I didn't have the ticket to get into the show, so he had picked one up and asked me if I was interested in buying another one for cost. So I went ahead and bought another one from him. Now I hadn't opened it, but it's pretty cool. I actually opened it, slid it out, slid it back in, so that's pretty cool. Then these two pieces These next two pieces here, when I first come in the room, Roberto had. And this one I looked at 2 or 3 times, and I finally went ahead and pulled the trigger on it, because I thought I have it out in the shop somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure. So I went ahead and picked it up. The Studebaker funny car. This thing's really awesome. I want to open it and kind of see what it looks like a little closer, but that piece, and then I picked up this piece. And the main reason I pick up these pieces whenever I can find them is because I take the tops off. I take the tops off of these because I collect loose anyway, and I use them for coasters because they're rubber. And so that's what I'm using for a coaster right now. I've got 3 or 4 of these I've got around. I use for coasters, so this one will be a coaster also. And I'll have the car loose, so kind of neat stuff to pick up. And those are limited to one of 7,000. The limited ones will have the rubber top on the top. So that was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of some other things. I've got a lot of things I picked up down here. Then I picked up the Legends Cool Combi. I didn't have it yet, so I went ahead and picked it up. So I'll have that for the Combi collection. Let's see. Of course, this was a one of the folders to the convention with the schedule and then what's happening, all that good stuff. So that was pretty cool. Picked up a couple of these for my buddy. He had texted me and said he was looking for 2. There was another color, I think it's the red one, and I didn't find it right off the bat, but I did find these 2 for him, so I got them. Also picked a couple other things up. Picked up the another rally case back there with the plastic wheel on the front. Picked up the Blasting Cat bridge and this Laguna Sizzler set. Both Roberto had those when I first come in. That was the first things I bought, was those. And this is an original Sizzlers of the Ford Mark 5 or 4, I'm sorry, in the original package. So I picked that up from him too. I thought that was awesome. Got some other pieces back there too that I picked up from Roberto, because now this piece I did, and this piece I found walking around. I picked this the 9-card gift pack. This was made in 1990, and it's got your Cal Customs, got your convertibles and your power commands there. I'm pretty sure the only way to get this, I think this color and the convertibles in this set. So that's a pretty cool set. I think I may have had this set, but this one was really nice, so I went ahead and picked it up. Then I picked up a couple of 5-pack. Also, one of these has an era, so that was the reason I picked it up. These Ferrari 5-packs have went crazy in price. I don't know how many Roberto had, but I looked through all he had, and if you look at that top one there and that front wheel, you can see the tree got broke off there, but it's painted and pushing against the wheel. But those are pretty cool. So I went ahead and picked that one up from him. And then he also had this one out there, so I went ahead and picked it up, because these are all variations. They all have the 7-spoke gold. So some of those are tough to find with the 7-spoke gold wheels, so I went and picked those up too. Pretty cool. Let me see where we're at on chat. Let me get back over here. Sorry if I'm going too fast for y'all. I'm just kind of showing you some stuff I got. I got quite a bit more, but trying to remember everything here laying is hard to do over here. Let's see, I looked at that dragster, but didn't say the price. Forgot to ask Roberto. Yeah, that dragster was pretty cool. Power Command, don't remember those. Yeah, Chris, those Power Commands were made in 1990. You pulled them back. They got a big wing on the back, and you're supposed to like blow down on them. They're made to blow down on, but most people just hit them on the back and they took off. Like I said, I had a pullback action. And I picked up this XV Racer, and this was made in '98. But I've had all these at one time, but I really like the old hot rod, so I went ahead and picked that one up. I was walking around and I seen something I hadn't seen before, and it's called macro machines, reversible. So I looked on the back, and sure enough, Galoob makes them. Same people that makes micro machines, but they're called macro machines. These were made in 1991, and evidently it turns from a convertible to a hardtop. It's been open. I hadn't messed with it yet, and he had $2 on it, and I was like, I'd never seen one, so I went ahead and picked it up for $2. But some kind of transformer that turns from hardtop to a convertible. Probably need to read the instructions on it, but kind of neat. I like that it was still in the package, even though the package has been open. So I figure I'll just tape it or something and leave it in the pack. But kind of neat. I also picked up this. This is an old tin toy of a Porsche 911 Turbo, but it doesn't have a date on it. It's just a brown black on the back there. So I thought that was cool, so I went ahead and picked that one up. I picked up this. This is the Johnny Lightning Special Al Unser. And I picked this up because I have the carrying case. I just thought I'd put that with the carrying case. And this is like a probably 142nd scale or so. And then of course, I've got the 1/64th scale somewhere that actually come out by Johnny Lightning. So I just thought it'd be neat to put all three of them together. And Roberto gifted me this. This is a poster. I didn't pull it completely out. I just popped it out for a second, kind of looked at the edge of it to see what it was. And I wanted to wait till I got home to completely open it, and I'm going to try to find a frame for it. What it is it's a print of the original 16 cars, and so I'll put this in a frame and put it up on the wall. I actually looked at some porcelain versions of these at the rod run last week, and I thought that was real cool. So I'll put that in a frame. I appreciate it, Roberto. We had a good time riding back home together. We drove about 6.5 hours together on the way home from the convention, and it's always nice whenever you got company to talk to. So I got that to hang up on the wall somewhere. I kind of run out of wall space after a while. I'm going to try to start getting these videos out. Like I said, Thursday will be my first one. I'll probably end up making 3 videos of the convention. And I also had to pick up, this is the Ozzy Osbourne. The card's pretty rough, so I'll open this one. But this is the Buick there. And it's got the Ozzy Osbourne. I think this is Blizzard of Oz. I'd have to look it up and look at this one. But that's pretty cool. So I picked it up. There's some more stuff. Oh, yeah, let me show you some stuff I got, too. I picked up this. Let me see. Let me get back over here to the chat. I'm sorry I've not been trying to miss the chat. I've just been sitting here chatting about going as fast. I apologize. Let me go back. Oh, yeah, I don't remember those power commands because he was a little old. I agree with you, Easy. That was right when I was kind of getting out of playing with Hot Wheels also. So, Randy said that's sweet. Carl says I would like to see the Johnny Lightning case to see if it's the same one I have. All right. I'll run over and pick it up here in a second. I have that Ozzy card on display. That's cool. Covered in cobwebs, yeah. Let me go grab that car display, and then I'll go over this when I get back and show you some of these prototypes that's in this book. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. I apologize. Try to be real quick. For a car holder, I just thought they did a killer job on these for card holders. You're supposed to flip this switch in the front, and of course it opens up so you can put your cards in it. And that was the main reason that I picked this one up, because I wanted to take this one off this and put it with this one, and then put the original in there too, so you'll have all three sizes. But kind of hard to put it in there. But that's a really cool Al Unser Johnny Lightning car holder. Let me get back over here to chat. Apologize about that. I just wanted to, whenever y'all ask about it, I like to be able to get it. That's my whole goal, to finally get this, if I can get this place straightened out enough to where if y'all ask about something, I can maybe grab it. We can talk about it right then. And if I can, obviously, I'll write it down. I'll try to get it before next week. Now let me get back over here to the chat real quick. Yeah, Carl, that's the car holder. I thought that was probably one of the coolest car holders that anybody's made. So I picked it up a while back. I think it was at the Nashville Flea Market, believe it or not. Let's see. Easy says, got that art? Yeah. You got that on display, covered in cobwebs. Yeah. Forrest says, I found the Punisher van and the Super Chrome Punisher card, $5 each, and the Thundercat tank on card, $5. That's cool, Forrest. Chris says that JL case, Johnny Lightning case, is sweet. Yeah, I love that thing. I got it hanging over there like this on the wall. And I thought that was cool, so I like to hang this one, that one, and then there, put the original all three together. Make a little bit of a display. And it says, Carl says that is the same. Found mine for 99 cents. That's awesome. Those are getting pretty pricey. I see them anywhere between 40 and 75. Just depends on how nice it is. Mine's not as nice. It's got a chip in the front, and the stickers have come off a little bit on one of the sides. But if you get a real nice one, you're 75, up. So that's pretty cool. Then another really cool pickup was, I found this is the Boys Toys 1990 from Mattel. And it goes over all the toys that supposedly for the boys in 1990. And it's got all kinds of pictures of prototypes in here. Basically cars that there were a lot of them that are hand painted. You can tell by looking at the windows, and if they look like silver, the windshields look silver, that's hand paint. So you know that they were hand painted prototypes. It's pretty cool. There's the Power Command racers that we were just talking about, Chris, with the backs. You pull them back. You're supposed to blow them to that big wing on the back, and then they're supposed to take off. And if you look at those windows in there, just about all those are prototypes. Crazy. I'd like to have some of those. I don't have a prototype of the Power Command yet. Something that I'll definitely be on the hunt for. And you got some cow custom design for 1990. It was pretty cool. And this book is pretty cool. I'm going to sit down and really take a look at this book, because they got some really cool stuff in here. Kind of brings back a lot of memories from right when I was kind of getting to the point where I was done. I remember them, but I was kind of getting out of the Hot Wheel, playing with them and stuff at that time. And you got your regular cars listed there, which is pretty cool. And this is the car right here my buddy's looking for, I've been looking for, which was the Sheriff Patrol with the black one with the blue 123 on the top, and it's supposed to have tan. That one's got black interior. So pretty cool stuff there. There's some more Hot Wheels, and just goes through all the different Hot Wheels that was made for the year, all the different track sets. So I love to look through all this, and seen that train set completely. They had it complete there at the show for sale. I saw this. Now, I saw this one in white. Now, I've not ever seen this one in gray, so I'm not for sure if this was made in gray or not, but I don't remember seeing this in gray before. I do have this carrying case out in the shop. But this book right here is kind of neat to see all the different sets and tracks and prototype stuff. Now this piece I've never seen, and I'd like to have because I collect the minis, and that's pretty cool. Sorry if I'm just taking over the chat or whatever. Y'all can, anything y'all want to know about or talk about, we can. I'm just going through this book because I was amazed when I can find something with this kind of information and a lot of things that I've never seen before. I kind of get excited about that. I think that's cool. There's a lot of the minis there that they come out with, but I'm pretty sure I had some of these super changers. These actually had a big black racetrack, and you put a battery in it, and it raced around, and it had the guides on it. I'm pretty sure that I had some of these now. Like I said, this is the light speeder set. Now I've actually got it sitting right over there. Matter of fact, actually it's right here. And I've never taken this one out of the box, but that's the light speeder set. Now these cars are made to, you hit them with a light to make them go, which is pretty wild. So I've actually got that set. I've never tried to play with it to see if it worked, but I thought it was cool. But there's that light speeder set. And I've not seen too many of the these Hot Wheels remote control cars. So yeah, I try to collect a lot of stuff that you don't see a whole lot. And then it looks like they was making a racetrack for it too, which is pretty cool. I don't know that I've ever seen that either. Now just because it says it's in here does not mean that it is. That they actually made it. Now these I remember them making, the Computer Warriors. And checked out them Computer Warriors, Pepsi can and soccer balls and stuff. It's pretty crazy. I'm just kind of flipping through the book, showing you all the different stuff. Then you got some 1990 He-Man. That's whenever I wasn't into He-Man in 1990. They kind of went futuristic on it, kind of. And then I kind of didn't get into those. I'm sure there's quite a bit of expensive pieces in those, but that I didn't get into the He-Man stuff in the 90s. And then you got some sound effects. I don't know if y'all remember those. And then you got some Nintendo Power Glove there, which is pretty cool. But anyway, I'm going to sit down and read this through this and look at these pictures because, like I said, a lot of prototype stuff in there. It's pretty crazy. And I think, yeah, I agree. I believe, Randy, you're right. I believe that the light speeders, I believe, were just a one-time deal and they didn't go over. And I think they were one and done. I'm sure there's some singles somewhere, but I've never seen them. And that was when I picked that box up, I hadn't seen too many boxes of those. That's the reason I picked it up, because when I see an obscure box that I've never seen before, I'm going to try to pick it up. Now, on my way home from the convention, I stopped by a buddy of mine's house and visited with some of my friends that was down, because this weekend they had a reseller meetup in Nashville, and he gifted me some books he had been picking up, and he got me this is the Toe Mart. I believe this was the third one that had, this was the second release, I believe. And he'd picked up this Toe Mart out of the Goodwill bins, which is cool. He got this for me, which I've never seen, so I thought that was really awesome. And then he knows I like, toy cars, so this is about cars. And then he found this book. I've not seen this book before, but I've never been a Matchbox collector much. But this one's basically like a Toe Mart version of the Matchbox from till 1998, which is cool. And he gave me this lunchbox, which was awesome. And so that was just a little bit of a rundown of what I picked up to the weekend. The rally case is really cool. I've got a plan for it. And those two sets there. I haven't remember seeing the Blast and Bridge Blaster set, and I got it from Roberto while I was there. But anyway, I just I just wanted to kind of go over some of the stuff I'd picked up at the show. If y'all got any questions about stuff, feel free to ask, whatever. I'm sure there's more stuff I hadn't went over that I'd picked up, but that was the gist of the biggest, or the most of the stuff that I'd picked up. And obviously I'll have the videos out in the next couple of weeks. This week will be the day one, and I'm going to try to knock out both of them. Then I'll go over some of the shows. Now this weekend I plan on going to the Antioch, the show in Antioch, Tennessee, right on the outside of Nashville. They're having a toy show. It's mostly toys, because he actually puts on a toy show also. So plan on going to that, and I may set up. I need to call him. Now, while I was at the convention, I did pick up. They gave me this flyer about a show going on in Buckley, West Virginia. So I was trying to get a hold of some show information while I was there so I can share it with y'all. There's a lot of shows that goes on throughout the United States y'all might be able to get on. I got given this sticker. Now I'm not 100% sure where the Canadian Diecast Expo is. I'm sure it's in Canada, but it was just the sticker. I don't know any information about it. So I also give a couple of these flyers here, which is there's a Hot Wheels show here, and it tells all the different dates. So they have quite a few of them, and this one's in Illinois. And then, of course, we've got the East Tennessee Hot Wheeler show there. And then I got the Rocket City Hot Wheelers in Huntsville, Alabama. And there's that one. And then I'm sure there's some that I'm missing, but the Middle Tennessee show will be coming up May 3rd. I plan on being at that one. Then they're going to have the Diecast show June the 7th. Knoxville, Tennessee is the May 19th. Cartersville, Georgia, is also going to be May 3rd. So you're going to have Cartersville the same weekend as the toy show this coming weekend. Then, of course, you got Central Florida Diecast and Corbin Con. KBS Hobbies is down in Melbourne, Florida, and they do theirs on first Saturday every month. Then Chris Dangler show's coming, and it's going to be in Kansas City, Missouri, and it's June the 12th and 15th. And next year's convention, they've actually went through, and they told us it was going to be in Dallas, Texas next year, so plan on being in Dallas, Texas next year for the convention. It'll be a pretty good long drive for that one. But we've been there before, and that's just the way it is. I appreciate it, Randy. Carl says, appreciate the show. I appreciate you, Carl. By any time. It's, like I said, it's just open for whoever we all want to talk about. Rico Bobby, what's up? What's going on, Carl? That's what he's saying. So, but yeah, that was just kind of my pickups for the weekend. My favorite pickup, I went for a 442, and I was more happy with this because it's going to be rarer than the 442s. I know 442s are hard to come by, but finding a double paint orange Beanie Bandit's rare. And then, of course, the race suit was killer. So those are my two favorite pickups for the weekend. And like I said, the videos will be out in the next couple weeks. And trying to think I'm sure there's some stuff I'm missing that's laying around here because I just got it unloaded yesterday evening, and I hadn't even had a chance to go through all of the stuff yet and all the different cases. I've kind of stacked them over here, and it's pretty cool. But anyway, y'all got anything y'all want to talk about? Easy Picking says, love the show, love seeing all this cool stuff. I appreciate it, Easy. You didn't have to do that, buddy, but I appreciate it. I plan on going out. Me and Chris is planning on going out, hopefully, to the SEMA show this year. And we're trying to get plans to get that, because that's one of the things on my bucket list. And maybe go out to the Pomona swap meet, which would be, Long Beach swap meet, which would be cool. So, yeah, we did, Randy. We got some pictures taken in the duck. Let me pull some, see if I've got some pictures easy to find. Um, there's one of them. My wife said you'll have to watch the video. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Um, it's pretty cool. Um, here's a cool picture. This was whenever we was hanging out in Charles' room, and then all the engineers. That's Brendan, and then you got Roberto there in the middle. Of course, I'm on the far end. Brendan, Roberto, and then the other engineers they're newer, so that's pretty cool. And like I said, we got to watch them pick a little bit on what they collect in their collection, and maybe pick their brain about some stuff that we wanted to know about, which was awesome. But yeah, we got some. Yeah, that was the glow in the dark duck Forrest. I was gonna put on my race suit and go down there. My wife wanted me to put the race suit on, go down there and get my picture taken in the duck. And that I put on that race suit for a couple minutes and took some pictures. And let me tell you, it's hot. Whenever you got that fire retardant stuff. When I worked maintenance, we had fire retardant shirts we had to wear long sleeve, and they get hot. And that race suit is probably 3 times the hot. It does not breathe whatsoever. Obviously, with that fire retardant stuff on the inside, I guess that's why. Let me get back over here to the chat real quick. Was the glow doing? Yeah, it was a glow in the dark duck. I thought it was awesome. Finally found some of the cartooned at Walgreens, but they weren't exclusive for Walgreens. But the same hobby ones that have been found at Hobby Lobby. That's pretty cool, Rico. Yeah, I was excited about the race suit, and I was really excited that it fit. So, and then there's kind of hard to see me and Roberto. Roberto had his on too at that one. He got one that was made out of, it's like a jean jacket material, but it's a full suit. I think it's more of a garage suit for whenever they worked on the 44 car, but I'm not 100% sure. But it was awesome. But anyway, that's a few pictures. I'll try to plan on having all them. Yeah, Randy, it was super hot. It was yeah, it was super hot there inside the hotel. We tried to keep our room around 67, so it wasn't too bad. Everybody come in the room enjoyed having some air conditioning whenever they were looking around. Sorry, I'll try to get the chat back up there. I just show you a couple of those pictures. Like I said, I'm sure there's some stuff I'm missing or to go over. I plan on finishing up the video here. I never got a chance. We had to load out Saturday because it rained on a Sunday morning because we were going to go to the Hot Wheels show Sunday morning. So we loaded out Saturday. So I've still got to shoot what we picked up Saturday. And I've got to also pick what I picked up on Sunday. Of course, y'all seen the majority here if y'all hung out here. Then obviously, hopefully in the video, you'll be able to see it a little better. But, oh yeah, I forgot. Also, I wanted to show this here, the diecast events. Here you go, 99 diecast. And they were giving these out. And I got this 55 gasser with the Triastic 5 there. And I thought that was cool. A few more Blackwall loose that I picked up while I was there too was down here. I forgot about. And I also picked up a couple of patches. I forgot. Of course, I picked up a Rat Fink patch. But then I thought this patch was cool. Um, and I was talking to Alex Sunday night, and he told me who this was, but I don't remember. An alien of some sort, but I thought it was cool, so I picked it up and this patch up. So kind of neat. It was at the Sunday show. Uh, when that video comes, you'll see it kind of sitting on the table, so I went ahead and picked that up, and I thought that was cool. I think they were like two for $5, $3 each, two for $5, so I picked those up. Let's see. Look like a driver. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Rico Bobby grabbed the Legends Tour Porsche during the live stream on Saturday. Got the ship mail yesterday. That's cool. I picked up the. I didn't have this one yet, so I went ahead and picked it up because I collect the combi. And so I'll have to open that to put in the combi collection. And that was pretty cool. Hey Mike, yeah, it was awesome to see you Sunday. I said I got to go over my buddies Alex's, and while I was there, Mike Meko from Meko Meetups, he was down from New York visiting when Mars Attacks. I think that's what that is. And then Great Scott Collectibles is going to do a Hot Wheels Legend after party in North Carolina. Well, that's cool. Yeah, good to see Mike in here. That's awesome, Mike. I appreciate you coming by, buddy. But anyway, I don't know if there's anything else y'all want to talk about or go over. If y'all tell me for next week. Right now, I've got wrote down, I'm going to find that English leather Corvette funny car. Man, I wish I could knew where it was. I'd like to pull it down and show it to you. I mean, I know it's up here somewhere. It's just a matter of I can't see it right off the bat. Oh, there it is. I see it. So there's the this is probably the first variation to come out, and then of course they had the this is the one with the snake, and then you got your snake and mongoose. These were kind of what they were racing against each other in these years. So that's the two they were racing. So anyway, there's that. I knew it was up there somewhere. I just wasn't looking in the right spot. So Carl Bob's, I had made it to Great Scott's Collectibles. That'll be cool, Carl. You'll have to let me know how that is. I hadn't been there. I'm plumb wore that car out when I was a kid. Yeah, the English leather. I hear you. I tell you though, Monday I got back after visiting with those guys in Nashville. Me and Roberto drove Sunday after the show. We left. I don't remember. I think it was around 1 o'clock. Maybe it was 12:01. We got in Nashville around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then I went over and hung out with them for the rest of the evening until I got home. But every night at the convention, we wasn't getting back in pretty much till 4 o'clock in the morning, and we'd sleep in till about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then hit it again. I have a custom model of the English leather vet mounted on a. That's cool, Chris. I have a video on Great Scott on my channel. That's cool. From last year's after party. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I hadn't checked it out. I know that this weekend is the toy show, and I guess it's the Cartersville Hot Wheels show. I believe if I looked at the dates right, Cartersville's May 3rd, and so is the Middle Tennessee Toy Show. So I plan on going to the toy show. I may even set up. I've got a lot of toys also besides just Hot Wheels, so I may go over there and check it out. If you didn't see it, I've got a video out from the first toy show they had, which is where I got Marvin the Martian back here, which is really awesome. And I don't know if I told you about this keychain I got. Somebody 3D printed these keychains at the convention and gave them out, and Roberto had picked up a couple of them. That was cool. Oh, one other thing that I picked up from my buddy is these are all the Mach 5 set and Battle Force 5 cars complete. He opened them and put them on display. So the Mach 5, then they had the Battle Force 5. I don't know if y'all remember those or not, but all those are loose, and that was part of those whenever I bought that. Chris says, "Gotta go, guys. Great show. I appreciate it, Chris. Thanks for the super chat for 5. Man, you didn't have to do that. I appreciate it though. Um, take care. I'll call you, Chris. What Mike says. Like I said, if any of y'all have shirts ordered, I've got those in. Just send me the address and stuff, and we'll get it. We'll get all that taken care of. But I think I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. I appreciate everybody coming back. I know it was kind of scattered. Just got back from the show. Yesterday I slept half the day and got out all this to go over for today. I need to go through all these classics. I ain't had a chance to really go through them yet. And these sizzlers up here and check those out. So, but if y'all got anything y'all want to talk about for next week or anything that y'all want to go over more, just put it in the comments here or put it on the video, or you can Instagram or email me, either one. And all that should be listed under any of the videos or on this one too. So, but I appreciate everybody coming back and seeing me this week. I apologize if I run through everything so fast, but I covered quite a bit of stuff, or tried to anyway. So, but anyway, if y'all want to, thumbs up, like, all that good stuff, that'd be awesome. And I'll try to catch you on the next one. I hope y'all have a good week and a good weekend, and I'm hoping to catch you back here next Tuesday. So I appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I'm going to read the church. Mike, what size shirt you need, bud? That's all I need to know. And then, of course, I'll get your address or whatever. You can just message me through Messenger, whatever. You got me and you've messaged, you know. I appreciate it, Forrest. I try to put a decent show together every week for y'all, give y'all some information. Rico says mini trucks. I'll write that down. I'll try to get some of those together. I collect a mini truck. Now I'll have to go up to the shop and see what I can find of the mini truck. I know I've got some laying upstairs. Most of the Nissan stuff's upstairs. Randy says, a great show. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Yeah, awesome. Enjoyed watching the show. I appreciate it, Carl. Peace out. And Mike, that's cool. Just like I said, I'll message you personally here in a little bit or whenever tomorrow, and we'll get together on that, all that good stuff. So, but I sure do appreciate everybody coming back and seeing me, and I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for everybody for coming, and please hit that thumbs up.